were to the fans.
That was a big showcase for Rick.
Yeah, it was a
whole
showcase
guitar
for Rick,
breakdown,
and it was. I mean, it sold like unbelievable amounts of records in Canada, which blew my mind. I just went, "Why are people buying this?" But apparently, everybody liked it, and we got a whole legion of fans, and we started touring on that record seriously. And America, took a little while to catch on, but. That song was defining certainly early in our career. And then if you move on, I'd say, a song like Lay It on the Line could be defining too, because it had that melodic, like you say, Mike, had that melodic feel to it, but it also had the heavy crunch to it and the loud guitar solo. Like I remember fighting with RCA Records over, you got to cut that guitar solo out, edit it out. I go, why would I do that?
Oh, that used to kill me when MTV used to show the old performance video of Hold On constantly, and it was the edit. It was like a 2-minute version of it. It used to, I wanted to kill myself because they cut out the guitar stuff on it.
Right.
It used to kill me. But the one song that came to mind that takes you on this journey of triumph was Blinding Lights Show.
Oh, there you go.
Because
that's in the set now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see that because that's a journey.
That was a journey. You're right. Yeah.
I also love that I love that big monster drum sound. That it seems like even today, a lot of bands just don't get that. That whole.
Allied Forces had that especially.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of Iron Maiden-esque. With Nico going. There's something about that I love personally. I mean,
it was a hard sound to get.
Yeah, no, totally, because you got all these different drums and they're hard to tune, and it's tough to really get that real tight,
We used to set up a PA in a warehouse next to the studio, and I'd feed the drums from the studio through the PA system and mic the warehouse.
Oh yeah, that's what Eric Carr did.
The late great Eric Carr, who was a friend of mine from Kiss. One of the great drum sounds ever, in my opinion, is the Kiss Creatures of the Night album, which is just the drums are unbelievable on that. And I'd actually heard that when Tommy Lee went in and Motley did Dr. Feelgood, he brought in Creatures of the Night and said, "I want this drum sound." And it's close, but it's not the same. And what Eric had told me on some of the drum tracks on that, I believe they were cut in an airplane hangar. That they actually put the drum kit in an airplane hangar or something real boomy and echoey. That's how they got that on some of the tracks.
Like that roll and stand up and shout with Dio, like. I love that, and I love that whole sound. That it seems like a lot of bands kind of just keep that as the clock type, so to speak, and they don't make it sort of like a primary instrument, and that's what I love about Triumph, that it's a primary instrument,
Which was great in a three-piece band. I mean,
totally.
Everybody had room to play.
Completely.
I mean, so it's like Gil, when we started rehearsing, he'd be going, in a song like Never Surrender, where he was always really busy and all over the place, all through the verses, eating up the vocals, whatever. He was just playing time. I'm going, where's Gil Moore? Come on, show up. Let's get busy, pal.
Well, I imagine that there's a lot on Gil because he's, it's very rare when you have drummers that sing lead vocals and play the way he does. So he really must have had to get in shape to be able to do this again.
Yeah, he was going to the gym, taking vocal lessons again like he used to, and just to get his pipes up. And it's a very exhausting show for him to play.
Right, because Gil sang half of the lead vocals for about...
Especially 17 years later.
Yeah.
All right, listen, I'm late for a break here. Let's get this break done. You hang out for a little bit more?
Yeah, I'm here. If I get a beer, I'll stay all night.
We got to see
you're not staying.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way we get you out of here, Mike. I don't know. Officer Wayne comes in here with coolers every night. The one night we got guests, we need beers, and Wayne's nowhere to be found, so we're giving him another call out.
All right, juice the whole day.
Mike Piazza's here as well. You live across the street. Why don't you bring something from the fridge?
Oh, there you go.
Mike Piazza's here as well in the studio.
Give my address,
Mike
by the way.
Levine.
Just knock on my door. I'll have like all kinds of beers on the door now.
We got to take a break. A little later on in the show, great guitar player Richie Kotz is going to be dropping by and hanging out with us for a little bit in the final hour. So get ready for that. We'll take some more of your Triumph calls, though, because there's a lot on the screen, and we'll do that right after this. I'd love to play some of the music we're talking about, but obviously I can do that all the weeks you're not here. Being that you're here, we want to get the people to be able to talk to you. So
I'm in for that.
All right, so we'll be right back with more of your calls and discussion about drum sounds and everything else here, and the Triumph reunion, of course, which is on full blast with Mike Levine, the band's bassist. More coming up right after this. Video by Mike Piazza, who's sitting in with us tonight. Mike making his triumphant return to the co-host chair.
And sober. Dead sober.
After many requests from people wondering where Mike is, he is here with us right now.
Resurfaced.
And he will be here more a little bit in the summer, so hopefully we will have many future appearances. And he'll be at the anniversary party, too, with the other distinguished guests on August 4th.
If you have beer there.
There will be plenty of beer there with Judas
You
Priest.
sound like a Toronto. Beer,
I know, yeah. What's wrong? The guy retires, he's turned into an Alkie.
And then I sit around and go, back when I was young.
Yeah, exactly. I used to go to the record store.
These guys today.
And Mike Levine from Triumph is here. His band has reunited with Rick Emmett and, of course, Gil Moore, and are playing Rocklahoma in a couple weeks, and then we'll see what happens there as the future plans progress for Triumph, and the guys kind of feel their way through everything and decide on a record and upcoming touring and all that sort of stuff. But as you said, the most important thing is that you're happy, everyone's getting along, because without that, you got nothing. So
That's exactly right.
all right, let's get some calls on right now for the guys, and this is John, who's listening in Hoboken. What's up, John?
Yo, what's up, man? Mike, just a question. Quick vocal question. I want to know if Rick Emmett still has his vocal range, or if he's got to get a squeeze. Also, commercial studio that you're running. I remember years back, I heard that you had a beautiful studio. And, one of the most impressive things about Triumph for me was the because I think only compared to Queen at the time. And that's what I remember you guys blew me away as a kid. And that's it, man. Congratulations on the reunion. I hope everything works out.
Okay, fantastic.
Thank you for the call, John. Appreciate it.
John.
Did you? I guess there was no question in there, really, was there?
Well, he asked if Rick could still hit the high notes. I think, didn't he?
Yeah, oh yeah, that was
Does
yeah, we're
someone
supposed to
have
have to
to
squeeze
squeeze
them,
him?
yeah.
Yeah.
And the answer to that
Or
is
somebody's got to squeeze him.
an honest man. I like that. So you got a roadie that just job is to give Rick a squeeze.
No, I just go over and just reach up behind him.
You should get paid double if you got to do that.
Triple for that.
Exactly. From your native Canada, this is Jason on the air. Hey, Jason.
What's up,
Say
buddy?
to Mick Levine.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Jason. Wow. That's
The next place they're playing on the tour,
yeah.
just like the
Rock
current
Oklahoma,
record is,
dude. Rock
just like the
Oklahoma.
current record is the best record at all times. Every time I ever
Yeah, I
interviewed
guess
any band, it's like
was there ever? That's a good question, actually. But was there ever like a venue where you played it and you were like, "We've arrived"? 'Cause for me, when I played at Wrigley Field, or the first time, I was like, "I'm in the big leagues."
yeah.
Wrigley Field. Was that for you?
Yeah, for me. it
Really?
was. Yeah.
Being from Pennsylvania, I would think like playing the Vet or something.
I just remember, just watching
The Ivy.
day games and the Ivy. Yeah, it was just something for me. It was just a personal thing. It wasn't like putting any other place down or saying Wrigley Field was better than any other place. But it was just for me that was personal. Was there like a venue for you where you're like you got off stage and you're like, shoot, I just played the Garden or I just played this.
I think just because growing up in Toronto, your goal was to play. Well, first
The old building.
Maple Leaf Gardens, and there's a great theater there, a concert hall, called Massey Hall, where Simpsons played. They had a lot of rock shows there.
All the World's a Stage was recorded there, wasn't it?
I believe
my favorite Rush live album.
I believe you're right. So we booked that and sold out in like 10.5 minutes. So that's wow. We're headlining Massey Hall. It sold out. Boom. Then they tell us we can't use pyro in there. We said, well, geez, we've used pyro in every club in the city, and every college, and every high school, and every wherever. And now this is our big coming out first real big concert, and we can't do our show. We basically said, sorry, cancel the show. We moved it, much to the chagrin of Michael Cole, who's no longer the chairman of Live Nation. But he was the promoter in Toronto at that point.